Hello, dear senior. You know, life is a funny little journey. One day you're running barefoot with a best friend who knows your every secret. Even that time you accidentally glued your fingers together in school. And the next, you're sipping tea alone, wondering where everyone went and why your back sounds like popcorn every time you stand up. But let me ask you something gentle. When was the last time you truly thought about the friends you've kept? The ones who were there when your hair was still black, or when you had hair at all. The ones who didn't care if your house was messy, as long as your heart was kind. And then those curious souls who walk into your life lately with no history, but a whole new chapter waiting to be written. They say old friends are gold and new friends are diamonds. But which one shines brighter? Which one matters more? Maybe that's not the right question. Maybe, just maybe, it's not about choosing between them. Maybe it's about remembering how rich your heart is to carry both. So come, walk with me for a while. Let's open the old photo album in our mind and welcome a few new smiles too, because friendship doesn't retire when we do. Number 1, old friends are gold. Let's take a little walk today. Not outside, no, but through the soft corridors of memory. You see, old friends, they're like warm tea on a rainy morning, comforting, familiar, slightly over steep, but still your favorite. They know you without needing to ask. They remember your laugh before it changed, your eyes before glasses, and your stories even when you told them 10 times already. Old friends were there when love first bloomed and when hearts first broke. They stood beside you at weddings, cried with you at funerals, and once helped you hide from your boss when you accidentally wore slippers to work. And yes, maybe you haven't spoken in years. Maybe life took you on different buses, to different cities, with different worries. But the thing about old friends is their space in your heart doesn't expire. They're tucked in there, like pressed flowers in a book you can't throw away. Isn't it strange? The older we get, the more we treasure people who knew us when we didn't yet know ourselves, who saw us fall and didn't laugh. Well, maybe they laughed a bit, but then they helped us up. So today, dear friend, let's remember them. The ones who sat with us in silence when there were no words. The ones who made bad jokes and worse decisions, but never left our side. Reach out, if you can, or whisper their name in your heart, because old friends are more than gold. They are time itself, wrapped in love and laughter. And if your phone rings tonight, and it's someone from long ago, pick it up, even if you have to squint to remember their name, because they might just be remembering you too. Number 2, new friends are diamonds. Now let's talk about something that feels, well, a little scary sometimes, making new friends. Because let's be honest, at our age, we don't exactly walk into a room shouting, "Who wants to be my buddy?" We walk in slowly, check for available chairs, and hope the tea is hot and the biscuits aren't those hard ones that break your teeth. But listen closely. Just because we've known gold doesn't mean we can't appreciate diamonds. New friends, they shine in a different way. They don't carry your old stories, but they're ready to listen. They didn't see you cry at your first heartbreak, but they might be the ones holding your hand through your latest doctor's visit. It's easy to think we're too set in our ways, too tired to open up again. But sometimes someone new enters your life and brings laughter back into the corners where dust had gathered. Maybe they sit next to you in a class. Maybe you meet them at a community walk. Maybe, if fate is playful, you both reach for the last banana at the supermarket and end up having coffee together. Who knows? The point is, our hearts are never too old to grow. They don't wrinkle the way our skin does. They stretch, expand, and surprise us, even after all these years. So if someone new smiles your way, don't look down at your shoes and pretend you didn't see it. Smile back, say hello, ask if they like tea or crossword puzzles, or if they also forget why they walked into the kitchen, because a new friend might just be a diamond, sharp enough to cut through your loneliness and bright enough to remind you that you still matter. Number 3, gold and diamonds in the heart. So here we are, holding gold in one hand and diamonds in the other. Quite the collection, isn't it? Not in the bank, not in the cupboard, but right here in your beautiful, weathered, quietly magnificent heart. Some friends knew us before life turned gray at the edges. They were there when we danced without worrying about our knees, and others. They appeared when the music had faded a bit and turned it back on. The truth is, we don't need to choose between the two. This isn't a competition between memory and possibility. It's a celebration, because a life with both is a life well loved. Old. Friends are the roots. They hold us steady. They remind us where we come from, who we were, and who we still are deep down. They say, "I knew you when," and we smile. Because they really did. New friends are the leaves that grow when we thought our tree had stopped blooming. They come with fresh laughter, different stories, and gentle questions like, "What brings you joy these days?" And suddenly, we find answers we didn't know we still had. So let's not close the gate of our heart just yet. Let's keep it open. A little creaky, maybe, but welcoming. Let's call that friend we miss, and also smile at the stranger who sits beside us next time, because our hearts have room. So much room. And the most beautiful thing, gold never rusts, diamonds never dull, and a heart that holds both never grows old. So, dear ones, whether your heart carries golden memories or sparkles with new beginnings, or maybe, like many of us, a beautiful mix of both, never forget this. Friendship doesn't fade with time. It deepens, and it doesn't depend on how long you've known someone, but how deeply they've seen you. Maybe today, you'll pick up the phone and call an old friend. Maybe tomorrow you'll smile at someone new. Either way, your heart is still writing beautiful chapters. And, oh, how lucky we are to still be turning the pages. And now, before we all go searching for our reading glasses or forgetting what we opened, YouTube for in the first place, if this little story touched your heart, made you smile, or reminded you of someone special, please give it a like. Leave us a comment. We love reading your stories. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep walking together in stories like this. Share it with an old friend or a new one, because love grows when we pass it on. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spending this time with us. We'll see you in the next story, and until then, keep your heart open and your kettle warm.